So guys, another beachside broadcast, another beautiful day in sunny Torre Guadillaro. And today's broadcast is called Education Matters, or does it? So let me give you a little bit of context and background. This was inspired by my son, who recently graduated from a Spanish high school. So congratulations, Max. We're so proud of you. And it was such a lovely actual event, the graduation, a real Spanish affair, lots of beautiful speeches by the teachers and the director of the school. He goes to IES Almenara in Pueblo Nuevo, and you could really see the care, the genuine love the teachers had for all the kids as they came up and hugged each other, receiving their diplomas. Now, my son went to a local school. He's one of 4 kids. We cannot afford the international school. So it made me think about the pros and cons of going to a private or international school. I myself went to a private school in the UK, which costs a lot of money, but I am, after all, just a lowly realtor. Probably after lawyers, politicians, and maybe police officers, the most hated professions out there in the world. So for all my wonderful education, this is where I got to in life. However, I love the job and I'm very happy. I got very good results as well. 4 A's at A level, went and graduated from an American university. But I don't think academics really matter. I really do think it comes down to attitude. However, I will say one thing about private education, which I think is really important. What I do believe private education, particularly somewhere like Soto Grande International School, gives you are 3 things. It gives you a wonderful network of lovely people. My friends, I've known them since I was 7 years old, and we still hang out with each other, and we have each other's back, and these are friends for life. And from that, we've actually got properties from friends to sell here on the Costa del Sol. So the network is a really valuable thing. The second thing is confidence. At school, we used to do things like singing in front of people. We used to do drama. We used to play a lot of sports at any level. And it makes you feel like no matter what the challenge, you can overcome it because it's ingrained in you to do these sorts of things. Get out of your comfort zone. And of course, you get inspired by all the extracurricular activities, things like drama, things like music, things like art. Okay, so that's the second thing, the confidence. And 3, I think it really does open your world, okay? As I've mentioned, all the different extracurricular activities helps you find something that you love to do. And it allows you to be confident to go out and pursue those loves. And ultimately, I think if you find a job you love, like me in real estate, you're not working any day of the week. So that's why I think private school is really good. To be honest, I don't think academics are a big thing anymore. I really don't. So if you have a child that is strong academically like my son, I think he can go to the local school. And if they're struggling with Spanish, you can get extra tutoring like one of my daughters. And that's 15 euros an hour. It's a big difference for paying 25,000 per year to go to an international school. Okay. But I do love Soto Grande International School. I think the teachers are wonderful. In fact, my next door neighbors are teachers there. I live on Teachers Hill. So, it has got a very special place in my heart because I see how the kids come out. They're pretty much good kids. So, local schools. So I have 4 kids. They've gone through the Spanish school system. My son's just graduated. They went to Gloria Fuertes, which is in Pueblo Nuevo, and then moved onwards and upwards to IES Almenara, also in Pueblo Nuevo. The education is not great. Let's be honest. There's 30 people in a class, and, you're all competing for airtime with your teacher. Quite a lot of homework. It is the Spanish system, which is a rote system. But the beautiful thing that has come out of it is my kids have made great friends, and also their Spanish is fluent. So my kids speak English, Spanish, and Danish. And what a gift that is to give to your kids. So it's a really interesting way to educate your kids. Now, my son, he will want to be an engineer in the future. So he's going to go on to something called Bachillerato, which is basically like a 6th form college. And if he does well there, then he'll go onwards to a university, probably go to Denmark for university. Now, baccalaureate, there's two ways you can go. You can either go more vocational, which is, things like becoming a plumber or beautician, or you can go, which is the way my son's going, which is more academic so he can get into university. But there are no barriers. If you apply yourself, you can do well. And I was so impressed by the speeches by the kids at the graduation. They are well-educated kids. So if you're moving to the area, I'm really worried about education and worried financially whether you can really afford an international school like Queen's or Soto Grande International School or San Jose and Estepona. There are good local options. We've been through it. We know it. And I have to say, I'm pretty happy. Lastly, the one thing I'd like to say about education is I think we're at a tipping point and kids need to get educated in the things that will have value in the future. So be sure to help them navigate that because, as I've mentioned many times before, AI is a profound change. It's a game changer. So find something you love and find something which will keep on going for the next 5 to 10 years. Anyway, hope that helps in some way. Bye.